It is fall and the mornings are starting to get a little chilly. I am in Salisbury, North Carolina, photographing one of my favorite spots here. I think I've photographed this place on the channel before, but I wanted to come down here and get some photos while the leaves are still kind of green because I've never gotten photos of this spot around this time of the year before. We're going to be shooting some photos on the Sony A7CR with the 35mm 1.8. It's not going to be a long photo walk video today because I've got something else in mind. Alright, I have waited a little bit for the sun to rise, but the sun is going to be rising behind this building. Now, I definitely want to grab a couple angles of this place, but I think this is a nice first one, just a straight-on shot of this building. As you can see, this is a very cool area. You have the Cheerwine art up here on this building, which is originally from Salisbury, North Carolina here. And you also have these old buildings over here. Might be able to make a nice photo out of that. We'll see, maybe not. But then you also have this over here. There used to be a white van that would sit like right here. And I'm sad it's not there anymore, but it made for some great photos. Now I'm trying to find an angle that I haven't photographed this building at before. Let's see if we try and do it from down below. Not a big fan of that, so I think I might try and go across the street and shoot the building from an angle. That might be cool, and that way we can get the actual front of the building as well. Oh, you're good, sir. Go ahead. No, you're fine. No problem. All right, well, that was kind of bad timing. I was waiting for that guy to get like right in the center of the frame. That other guy came walking by. But I think I actually do really like those photos I got. Alright, the man I spoke to told me there were some spots out back to take photos of, so I'm gonna go around there, check out, see if there's anything interesting there. But I did notice this across the street. I do like these old buildings here. So I'm gonna try and get a photo of this real quick. The sun is peeking through this tree perfectly here. So this is not the video I originally planned on making this week. My original plan was to go up to the Blue Ridge Parkway and photograph an area that I had not been to in probably about 4 years. But as many of you know, Hurricane Helen came through and caused catastrophic damage across western North Carolina and other states as well. Now, western North Carolina is by far my favorite part of the state to photograph. I've made many videos up there, and I was planning on making a lot of videos up there this fall alone because of the fall colors and just how beautiful it is. So because of all of the flooding and the landslides, the Blue Ridge Parkway is completely closed, and it's not really safe to travel in western North Carolina at the moment, which means I'm gonna have to rethink all of the videos I planned on shooting this fall. But that is the least of my concerns right now, considering thousands of people are without power, hundreds, if not thousands of people have lost their homes, and the death toll is continuing to rise pretty much every single day. I personally have family that are affected by this disaster, but thankfully they are okay. In the description of this video, I do have organizations linked where you can donate to help the people that are affected. But because of this, I'm having to rethink my approach to photography for the foreseeable future. All right, the sun is starting to shine on me, so how exactly I'm gonna be doing that, let's head back and I will show you guys. All right, there is no feeling I hate more than being stuck at home, seeing my camera, and knowing it's been weeks since I've gone out to take photos. Maybe I didn't know where to go or what to take photos of, but I find that I am the least inspired the longer it's been since I've gone out to take photos. One of my favorite things to do is just hop in my car and drive somewhere with a rough destination in mind and just see what I find along the way. Purposely avoiding highways and driving the back roads instead often leads to finding some of the coolest spots and hidden gems. But figuring out what that destination is or what direction you want to head in can be kind of difficult sometimes. I think Google Maps is one of the best tools that we have at our disposal. When I'm bored and have nothing to do, I like using Google Maps to explore and just check out random towns and places using Google Street View. So I can see the photo taking potential before driving out there and it potentially being a bust, and next thing you know, you wasted half your day and a tank of gas. One thing I've noticed is that smaller and older towns typically stay the same, so what you see on Google Maps is typically what you're gonna get when you go there. If the Street View was updated semi-recently, typically cars that are sitting in spots are still going to be sitting there when you go visit. For example, this is a spot I found semi-recently on Google Maps, and the Street View was last updated in July 2023, and I was checking it out and I noticed this car parked in front of this car wash. You might have seen this in a recent photo walk video. And I thought it just looked very aesthetically pleasing, and there was also this truck next to the building, and I thought that would make for a very good photo. Now, the Street View was last updated over a year ago, so it had been about a year since, and I went to this spot and this car was still sitting right there. So this is one of my favorite ways to just pass the time, and if I zoom out, you'll see that I have saved many different spots across North Carolina of places I want to go take photos, or maybe I've already been to take photos. But then there's other times where I'll be exploring on Google Maps and I feel like I'm not really finding anything interesting. So that's where I'll use my cheat code, and this app is called Atlas Obscura. Now, I've mentioned this app before in a previous video, but I think it deserves more credit because I haven't seen very many other photographers talk about it. Now, I found this app to be an immensely powerful tool if you're looking for new places to take photos and you're not really sure what to take photos of. Now, the way it works is fairly similar to Google Maps, but you just zoom in and it has a bunch of saved pins on it already. So for example, we have the last Shell oil clamshell station here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, which I have photographed for a video before, but you can zoom out and see all of the different locations that are saved. And as you can see, they are everywhere. Now, the pins on here can be quite literally anything, and you can see there are so many of them. Like here we have Elvis Presley's birthplace, and let's go over to this other one, and then we have, looks like a canyon that would be pretty cool for taking photos. Some of them can be haunted places as well, just basically anything unique. And this app does include places from all around the world. As you can see, there are so many here in Europe. So it doesn't matter where you are, you can still use this app and find cool and unique places. Now, the most important piece of advice I can probably give you guys is to just use this app as your rough destination. So keep your eyes open on the way, and the best photos are always going to be the most unexpected photos. Now, I don't think you should just limit yourself to Google Maps and Atlas Obscura. As photographers, I think it's vital to just get out and explore. And the main reason you don't know where to take photos is because you're just sitting at home. How many times have you been out just driving somewhere, maybe you don't even have your camera with you, and you pass by something and think, oh, I wish I could take a photo of that, or I wish I had my camera with me so I could stop and take a photo of that. And if you think the places around you are boring, I posted a video recently I think you should go check out. I'll have the video linked in the description and up in the corner. So that is how I normally find new places to take photos. I feel like the Google Maps one is kind of obvious, but I feel like the Atlas Obscura needs to be talked about more, and I hope you found that useful. And if you have any suggestions for new ways of finding places to take photos, please leave a comment down below so that we can all help others. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video and share my way of finding new things. So thanks for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed, please like the video and subscribe to help support me. And I hope I could inspire you guys to get out and take more photos. Go out and shoot.